Yeah, sure, I'll try to get a level 5, 6, whatever.
Free.
Why not? Good. As a support, when you see an empty lane, you're like, team's not complaining about something, you just slowly sneak in there and you steal the experience. They're like, wait, why are you middle? Oh, I'm coming top.
So nobody was here. I'm just keeping it warm for you.
You're good. You're good. I won't steal anymore. I think that it could be Milan getting his 6 and Undying just getting that max level tombstone. I think that's when the fights are really gonna start popping off.
For sure. Tiny trouble though. Top lane. Dagger's out. The Icarus dives.
Back.
Comes right back. All right.
He's not scared. He knows he won't get hit. Like,
maybe
he can literally outrange it.
He baited him into a right-click fight. I guess they were hoping for Arrow to come in, but meanwhile, front move getting hit hard, and there comes the Grim Reaper. Slices down and takes out the Timber Saw.
Just like that. Even a Hood wouldn't have saved him there, so that's fine. But a little out of position. I mean, you know you're a tanky boy. He actually is extremely tanky already, but as we've seen, pretty much all the kills have been 4 hero commitments to a lane. Yep. It's 4 to 3 at 13 minutes. And it's just been huge commitments to get these kills. The teams are playing very, very nervous, and I mean, rightfully so. You're in the major, and
tournament life.
Yeah.
One more win gets you that much more money, that many more points.
Oh, and Benner gets the good counter ward there, securing his jungle.
Yep. Creep approach. We see Howard officially finish off finally there in that bottom lane. XXS is going to be able to pick it up. Rev showing himself in the lane. He has backup nearby, but there's no one really looking to make the call or make the jump. Everybody's kind of content on getting back to their grind of farm.
Yep, and surprisingly, the PL is actually the highest level in the game now. The Tiny's rotated once top and twice bottom, and the PL just farms the jungle, then creeps get pushed in the middle, and he just farms. And this is what I like from J-Storm. You know, they're not playing the Spear Breaker kind of game. They're actually playing a much more reserved game, and the one time they did it with this TB, it worked out. Uh-oh, looks like they want to go on top with this.
Yep, but Moonlight Shadow, the Oka just waiting on the side. I'm not sure if they saw him creeping in. They do have that ward, actually. They see him.
Looks like both. That's very rare. Both teams want to ward the same side of the map, but 2 Radiant wards top, 2 Dire wards top.
The tombstones dropped, and it's making J-Storm kind of second guess on their commitments. But meanwhile, mid lane, jump in, Veil set up with that. He tries to doppelganger. Doesn't manage to make it up north. Mark looks to step in to help him out, but with the Haunt coming in, it's just going to be way too much. A tree point forward, they're going to get the finish there. Moo steps in to help things out. XXS is barely surviving. He gets hit with the Soul Rip, and he's going to be fine, but Moo will not let him escape. Finally able to bring him down. It's a 2-for-1 trade. Moo now has to walk out the other side, but meanwhile, Tiny continues to clean up.
You are now seeing the power of middle Tiny. When he has levels and has farm, he's doing 800 burst damage at 14 minutes in twice. Feels pretty good, yeah. And the fight recap, as you see, the Tiny just 1800 damage. What are you gonna do?
Call Ghostbusters?
Yeah, you might have to. And I do love what the Tiny Inspector did. Spectre got hit by the Fire Spirit, but still just went and hit the egg. Level 1 egg is absolute garbage. Like, as long as there's you could be 2 people both Fire Spirited and you will kill it. That is how bad level 1 egg is.
It's one of those like Fabergé eggs or whatever that fall off the table, they just obliterate into pieces.
Like some rich person buys it for 65,000, but you just even look at it and it just shatters.
Damn, you must be ugly.
Yeah, love some Fabergé. It's a classy word.
I hope I said that right.
I believe you did. Not that it's saying paper mache eggs, but it works too.
5. Only Moo kind of really leading the pack for his own team. Brian's going to have to find some time to build up some nourishment for himself, but again, the rotation up towards the top. They see Forever Lane. They look to make the jump. Immediate dunk, immediate kill before Moo can even react. And as he tries to timber chain in, they stop him conveniently with the fissure. He's not going to be able to do anything about it. Just a great hit and run from the 3-stack.
All the while, Sylar. It's pretty much been Milan versus Sylar for most of this game, and he's happy. And as you see, he's going the old school build. He's going for the first item Radiance against the PL, obviously. Insanely good.
Well, mid-lane chops onto Tiny, turns the corner, walks out and away, but Moo says, let's dance a bit.
They're not killing him, it doesn't feel like. Unless you have the Reaper's Scythe, and once he gets that hood, it's going to be even tougher. He is going for it after the Bloodstone.
Okay, yeah, I was confused by that progression, I guess, a bit there, but he does get that Bloodstone complete. Just gotta be careful, though.
Yeah, I'm feeling rough about J-Storm right now, because this Spectre is pretty much from they were 1 to 2k up right now, and once that Radiance comes up, farms so much quicker, is much more impactful in fights, and then PL just becomes a lot worse because of it.
Yep. Only trying to mend something out of it right now. They see Baboka pushing out that top lane, and they frantically head that direction to see if they can catch him. Goes to hide with the side shot.
You know, man, you see Aldo, you see Diffusal for PL, and then a blink on Earthshaker, and I believe, was that a blink on Necro as well? Yep, a blink on Necro. So they have 3 blinks on Aster. They actually just want to... And then you have Spectrals as well. That's like 4 blinks. They actually can just get on you so damn quick.
Anyone. They can instigate the PL on a fly. Dunk, Veil, Toss combo coming out with everyone else's company here. And as they look to battle things out, it is going to be XXS claiming that tower. Thinking about chasing here a bit. Trying to go for the snappy finish on the Fenrir. They will be able to get it with the assistance coming in from Move, but will they finish him off? For it right now. Toss combo comes out. Reaper slams down Move. Those are going to be charges down. Wild tries to slip on out. March going for the Valiant Grip is going to be able to help and assist on that finish. But here comes Spectre. Sylar's happy to chop him on down. Ooh, he does get burned. Nice snipe right there from Milan. It may cost him his life though. He gets body blocked from Baboka right now. Not letting him by at all.
Yeah, I think for Milan, it's kind of, you get, well, it splits the gold, but you get that solo kill pretty much. Milan solo kills a Tiny and gets level 10 off of it, almost level 11. And it was as a spear vessel, so worth it. I mean, J-Storm, I would say, won that fight besides maybe the Timber losing a ton of that. Arrow.
Little Robin Hood over here.
But can't get him.
Yeah, doesn't quite have the firepower yet.
That's the thing, that's what...
Uh-oh. They blink in, there's the Veil, and yeah, he doesn't have that Reaper Scythe, obviously, and he's able to quickly TP the hell out of there.
We saw the Necro, he's the big counter to the Timber, like, guys, you don't have to kill him. Just get him below this threshold, and I will finish him the rest off, and it worked out.
PL is sporting some good farm suddenly. He just popped up on that net worth. He's got the Diffusal on hand. This might be a good power peak, if you will, for J-Storm. Make something out of it.
I think you do, because he has a full hood coming out. Moo has a hood as well. Maybe you just group up as 4 or 5 and just push some towers, which it looks like they're kind of doing.
Trying to go against the timing of the Spectre as much as possible here, or at least if you can get some of these very critical towers down, you can restrict a lot of the farm that's available to her.
Yeah, because she has the relic now, at least, or the gold for it. That means in about 1 or 2 more minutes, you are going to have a full Radiance on this Spectre at about 20 minutes, and that is damn scary with the 3 other blinks as well. Like, they have plenty of counter initiation, regular initiation, sustain with the Necro as well as the Undying. It's going to be so hard to kill him.
The March going to be wincing for sure once the Han comes out with that Radiance. Okay, jump, fit it to the bottom, immediate up and down, boom goes the birdie. Tiny picks that one up with ease. March looking to set up the Sleep Arrow, but it's not going to be there. Dunk between the 2 as Moot jumps into play. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Buyback comes up from Milan, says, I want to get my egg in this fight right now. Oh, Reaper Scythe comes out and is going to get the finish onto Forev. It's a 2-for-0 trade from Aster, but they're not done yet. Looking to dive in. Now with the egg, trying to finish him off. Moot wants to go for the finish of the Tombstone. And with the grip, they should be able to get the finish of the Necro. That's not too bad.
They'll take that.
Makes it a 2-for-2.
Yep. Not only that, you also get the, I mean, it is a pretty big deal. You get the 200 gold from Tombstone. That's like getting a kill. Yep. I mean, well, the gold-wise, you don't make them lose gold, but you gain a big chunk, and yeah. Gold change, about 400, not too bad.
And that was without the PL. You know, it was pretty much a 4-on-5. Bird buyback, too. So.
Good thing about that is Phoenix still has a Spirit Vessel. Not too, whatever, I bought back. I'm just a support. Came in there, got another kill. And it looks like that they're doing what we thought. They're just grouping up before the Spectre has Radiance, and that's what you have to do. You've got to get these towers down, as you said. Make sure that jungle is actually invadable.
Complete.
Wow, too bad. I'm really surprised J-Storm, they turned it around with this kind of run at you. They're still doing the kind of run at you attitude. It's just this Spectre's counter. Bring them a tad.
Put things up on the Aster a bit, or throwing them off their game of how, I don't want to say reckless, but how just abrasive J-Storm are in these fights.
Yeah, because this team is down, I mean, just like MVP back in the day. This team is one of a kind of play against. Even if you think, I mean, they're the 3rd string NA team, right? I mean, they qualified 3rd from this, but they just play with such a different style than any other team in this tournament. If you don't scrim them, even if you don't think they're the best players, like, they just play such a weird style.
They're scrappy.
real gym rats in there, you know. They really get in there 6 a.m. They're ready to practice. And
you got your boxers, your Muay Thai fighters, and you got your drunken brawlers that you just don't want to be swinging at the local bar, you know?
When you see Moo on that timber saw, you know he's just flying in. You're like, what the hell? It's like 5-on-1. He's flying in at you.
What the hell? Did he just rip off his shirt? I think he did.
Oh, get out of here.
Hard commitment here from Aster, a 4-man smoke. Look at these gangbusters just running down the mid lane. They're looking for trouble.
Look at that. They just got 3. I still can't believe they have 3 Blinks. Tiny, ES, and Necro. Like, if they see someone, they're just all trouble. Go on top
Look
of
at
him.
this. The courier just barely navigates up and over. Anyone comes across, they're just in trouble.
Yeah, oh, I think they saw Brow, but do they have detection because it's Moonlight Shadow? They have 1 sentry down. Guess who's going to run? It might be Milan.
You know what? If you lose Milan for this full 4-man heavy rotation only, I think that's okay. Meanwhile, back and behind, Grip set up, and they might be able to snipe down the Necro. Good grab from behind, comes out from J-Storm. But now with the Haunt coming out, get a bit frantic here, and they are going to be able to take out March. Dunk's there, only onto 1. Bryle's going to be able to doppelganger back to the high ground to make it away. Continue their chase. Moose slipping across to the other side, looking to get Baboka possibly from behind here, but Aster are out. Arrow's not going to find anyone. Baboka's going to be able to safely leave. And, you know, it's not as significant of a fight at the end of the day as you'd imagine for how hard of a commitment it was between both teams.
Yeah, it is. And I'm looking at the net worth and I'm like, damn, Moo has so much farm, and so does PL. PL just bought a Reaver. PL just straight up bought a Reaver.
Coming from? I think just all the movements we're seeing from Aster are just soaking away from a lot of the farm time. Here we see a replay of the action
nice
here.
Done by Baboka right there. Just making sure if Milan leaps away and gets the egg off, that fight goes god-awful for him. And then look at those PL illusions. They just kill the tombstone. That's what the panel's talking about. Like, if PL's in the pool and you have an Undying, no heroes were hitting it. Just illusions. Yeah. It works out. And that grip, man. March is doing such a good job. Like, he's just in the river, too. Like, he's just straight up in their face gripping him, and he's doing a great job.
And they're all Aster. I mean, it's great that they all have these blink daggers, and they all start jumping ahead, but if one of them's not able to make the jump in time, we saw there the Necro getting caught from behind. You know, too far from the rest of the team suddenly.
This is honestly a free rub push. I am very surprised Aster is letting him do this. I guess they're nervous because they don't have Tombstone and Phoenix they know has egg.
It definitely feels like Aster are more affected by the best of 1 situation at the moment than J-Storm are.
Yeah, it does. It feels like J-Storm, even though they drafted a tad differently than before, they're still playing the same game.
Yeah.
And Aster, they seem to be they're playing on a time when I don't think they really need to be.
Pretty much since the laning phase. Laning phase, it was great for them.
Yeah.
But since then, it feels like things have been just kind of just a little awkward in how they want to kind of achieve their goals.
And we haven't seen much from this Necro, honestly. As you said, dominated the laning phase, and he's got picked off 3 times by Grip now, I believe. Like, March has done a good job in like, yo, Necro, we kill this guy? They don't really have the sustain anymore.
Going for a Lotus, it looks like next. I'm curious how many things that's actually going to be able to benefit from them. I know it's going to, benefit on purging off a couple of things that could be new. For example,
Fire Spirits,
Spirits,
and the Spear Vessel. Spear Vessel is always one of the biggest things, especially on a Necro. If you Ghost Shroud with that still on you, you don't heal that much, but take it off and you're good.
But one of the things, the downsides to Lotus is it doesn't really add any stats. And,
no,
Necro's going to be much thicker, much tankier. We could see him get chopped up even easier from Moo in the next swing.
That's I think Lotus. Oh, it always sounds like it's going to be good, and then you're like, oh, cool, I get 10 armor, 2 mana regen for 4,000 gold. Like, it feels so awkward to build that item. Well, they finally have some damage on this Mirana flying out the Maelstrom. We saw the Radiant last fight has a Yasha. Both Spectre and PL are farming decently, but this PL has a full heart and 200 gold, and that
every time we click on him, he's got some new level up. He's Bryle.
I talked to him yesterday. I'm like, Bryle. He's like, what should I pick? He's like, do you want to see my quad? I'm like, if you ever say that again, I'm not talking to you. I'm like, just play carry, play your TV, and Aster actually first that they banned it, which was pretty surprising to me. It's one of the first phase TV bits. So I'm like alliterating, running over my own words here. They're just getting tier 2. Looks like both teams. Possibly, they're very scared to go on this tower bottom. They're just gonna throw the tombstone. Like, nah, we're not letting you defend this tower.
Yeah, they'll get it down. Both teams will get their trade. Are they gonna race for it here?
There's an agent. You do. Bryle's cannot race this. Yeah, you cannot race this if you're Aster. You gotta get back.
And before they can even get back as 5, he's thinking about making a mild move here, possibly for XXS. Fisher blocks him in, but Bryle's not too worried just yet, obviously. Still hold The Aegis can doppelganger out. Does so there. Now jumping in from Moo. Looking to take it right to the Necro here. Is going to be forced to dish out the Ghost Shard. It is totally on defensive mode. Jumping forward though with the dunk. But it is just not good enough. And now it's going to be a grip on the Tiny, which does get obviously quickly canceled out. The Egg's going to be there to try to make it past from it, but they can't stop it at all. Here comes Bryle and company. J-Storm suddenly moving in and going for the base.
Bryle is just playing out of his mind. Now they're going to kill Fender. They might kill the Boca again on the back. They hit the Reapers on Prep. That was like almost the end. They did it.
One man to work with though. And here comes XXS. He's looking to go for some revenge here. Real nice turnaround coming out from Aster, bullying back J-Storm and keeping him outside the base. And they will be able to clean house here.
Full HP. This is going to be a tough kill. Do you even go for it?
I don't know.
I don't think you do. I think you just let Bryle leave. But we'll see.
Does come to me. I'll stun you down in his spot. Bryle thinks about possibly considering a chase onto him. Hits him with the side diffusal, but he's got to worry about the Necro and the Spectre here. Oh, no funny juke plays. Was not able to make it up with the Doppelganger. Unfortunately, that's technically a 6-man wipe.
Yeah, it sure is. And wow, not only that, you lose the Bloodstone charges on Timber. So you do lose your tier 3. And was it just, looks like, yeah, buyback only from the Earthshaker there. So honestly, a pretty good fight for Aster, even though they lose tier 3. And you see the replay right here. The dunk, it barely hit the Mirana. It only the damage did. Like, if Baboka got even a 2-man dunk, would have been a lot better for the team.
Fight got really split up. We saw a hard commitment from Moo here in just a second as he tried to dive in to go for the finish on XXS, which he was pretty close to. We saw the chakram totally off its mark there. Unfortunately, may have been a little bit of the difference. And at that moment is when we did see Aster make that jump for the back line. Wasn't the biggest connection with the dunk like you were talking about. Tiny even caught off his positioning a bit. But even with all that, Aster's still able to hold really nicely here. Even the Egg able to get off.
And that's why it actually is, this Spirit Vessel is the only thing that's like gonna destroy Necro, because we saw when he pops that Ghost Shard, he got soul ripped from 25% to 100% just the soul rip healing him.
Nope, jump and big combo. Easy pick for Rev here in the top lane.
And now you kind of feel the scales here. They get a tier 3 and all of a sudden these pickoffs are coming.
Yeah, this game's feeling close now. Much, much closer.
They're all rotating up top though on J-Storm. Will they find anyone? Doesn't look like it.
Bryle's here in lane. Fenrir is watching from the outside. But we do have J-Storm here as well. They could think that they're good to make a jump on the Bryle and then quickly get caught out, but J-Storm do show themselves. Even Roka from behind, looking to swoop in. It's the duck, it's the kill. Alon, gone. Same goes for March. And Aster are back. And they're going to take Bryle too. All right, Aster are here, and they're good. Okay.
Yep. Well, scales have officially shifted. They might have overcommitted middle, and it has hurt them bad. And Baboka makes up for a little bit of a missed ulti there. And, well, mid lane in that top one, he hits the Phoenix. This Phoenix is like really all the team fight J-Storm has. And if you pick him off before he gets Fire Spirits in his ulti, you're in a good spot. And they've done it multiple times now.
Aster just went from taking 2 straight team fights, now they're going to take 2 straight towers. The net worth just totally transcended over to their side. 4K and rising fast.
Man, what a crazy game. That's the problem with J-Storm. I mean, their foot's always on the gas, and maybe that fight wasn't the best to take after you lose Forev. Like, they took that fight with the Mirana just dead.
We'll have to see if J-Storm can kind of shake that one off a bit.
It's tough, especially when you know you just lost 4 bounty. It's like, it just doesn't feel good when you're like, well, we're not getting any of these.
Dagon buildup coming the way of the Necro, I see. He's looking to go for the quick insta burst into the finish.
And already had. He has it in stash, all right. And has another 1.2. They just got so much team gold from that fight, like everyone on the team.
Yeah, the supports as well are getting pretty huge.
Crystallis now, oh my goodness. This Tiny is jacked.
Yep, they're already completing that Shadow Blade too, so he's got huge bursting potential right now. And, well, I was curious, do you think a Silver Edge even necessary to build into this game at some point?
I think you. For the Tiny, maybe. Against the Timbersaw, it might just be like a 5th or 6th item where it could work out. For the PL, definitely. The PL can actually beat Spectre pretty decently late game with like a Nullifier as well as a Silver Edge. And see if that's what he goes for. The biggest thing for me is, so far this tournament, Miranas just feel underwhelming, except for like Ramses. Ramses like been the only and that one Yawar game. He had a really good one, but like Forev, he was kind of their one position this game, and he's level 15 with really no items at all. Like, he does nothing in fights. And that's a big difference from Mirana in the TI Open qualifiers.
Comes J-Storm, looking to possibly reclaim their turf.
Oh, they're
Look at the positioning of Aster, though. They might manage to swing it from behind onto Aster. Can they get the jump? This is their best chance to try to pull this game back if possible. The egg is there, but they're just going to run right out from it. Here comes the Haunt. A defensive dunk, but boom! Instant burst, though, comes out from Moo. This might be it for J-Storm now. Heavy Sunray burst, but Sylar is able to turn and look to go for the finish on the onto March XXS with Mega Kill as he gets that takedown up for Rev. Moo, though, looking to sweep in and try to tilt the favor back their way in this fight. He's got to get the finish on the XXX. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. All right, something favorable beginning to go back the way of J-Storm here.
This is just a different game than we've been watching, right? We've been seeing like kind of these one-sided games and weird ones. This game is just fight after fight, like actual 5-on-5 fighting almost every other minute. It's been going in favor of different teams, right? We just saw Aster take 2, and then all of a sudden, hey, Milan gets a good egg off, and they just win.
That was such a nice convenience of timing as we see Moo get a swift snipe on the Tiny right there. Just, all right, I'll take that freebie. But the timing on that one, the way they were, and we'll see here, they had managed to go up that hill and all the way around before Aster was positioned to see from the high ground. So just all too convenient for Storm to be able to find a great approach into this fight.
Now, looking at a Tombstone, is it really even doing anything? It's sitting up on the hill, no one's hitting it, but it doesn't seem like Radiant really cared about it that whole time. And was another man. Perev's just not going to have a game, I don't think. I think Perev's already get a BKB, and that's about the best you're going to do, because he just got chased down by the Necro, and he's been Necro-ulted twice in a row now. He's still dead for 15 seconds, by the way. Like, it's not a fun game for him.
Go to the bathroom, I guess, if he needed to, but we have both PL and Moo to kind of pick up the deeps.
Are you,
in the meantime?
Are you a guy in pubs who pauses the game to go to the bathroom, or you just go? You just go?
I don't know, I'm responsible enough to go before the game.
Okay, not a hold it. What about a bottle?
No, never.
Okay, no. Me, I just don't. I just click a lane and then go to the bathroom and hope it's, you know, a quick one.
It could work if you're an ogre or spirit breaker like you like, I guess. So fair enough.
And I'm looking. Sylar actually has a butterfly and pretty much one more Nutricram. But Radiant Manta Butterfly, not the most survivability here, but I guess you have the Necro as well as the Undying, and they haven't really been aiming right. Spectre always goes in last. Like, hey, you guys start the fight, wait 5 seconds, and I promise I'll be there. Like, he never wants the attention to be on him, and this road, this is going to be a big fight. There's no way
they tried to scan, but they were not approaching from that side. They're coming down and through the river. I don't know if J-Storm are going to see it there. The Moonlight Shadow comes out. They try to pop the dust from out there, but it's not quite close enough. Moo sees him coming.
They're running
to stalk and move. Bryle wants to move in, and that's where we see Aster pull back. Aster doesn't want to get caught outside of each other, and they're already going to be losing Fenrir. And now they go back to the Roche.
Yep, they're super scared because they pop the Spirit Vessel on Tiny, which means the Necro had to use Lotus Orb on him, and this Necro doesn't want to fight if he can't use Lotus Orb on himself, because he will actually be useless. So they have to be careful with these cooldowns. And look at what a...
That's trying to interchain. Nice move. Toss combo. Reaper Sight comes out, but it's not going to be nearly good enough. The follow-up dunk will be good enough. Moo's going to be going down. Bryle very low. Barely able to make it back and away with the egg there to help out. He's going to make a safe escape. They try to chase him, but he's out the other side. Meanwhile, March, nice grip from the high ground, locking the Earthshaker in his place. Milan trying to make it back and away, but can't. Meanwhile, inside the pit, it's Perev being taken down as Aster take control back, but buybacks are going to be coming out from J-Storm. They cannot let this one slip away. And now a buyback from the other side. Very valuable moment for both teams here as they just dump the money.
This is just, I mean, it's only 21 to 28, but these fights are just, they're intense. It's just straight up 5-on-5. No one's farming, no one's slip. And they all want to be there every time.
Tournament life on this right now.
Is he crazy?
They're real frisky with this one. Out of position, XXS tries to head up north to be able to make it away. The chase is there for Moo. Meanwhile, Bryle says, I'll just take the road. Gladly picks up the Aegis. The cheese is still there. They managed to frantically be able to pick it up, but they lost Moo. And like you said, he has no buyback if they wanted to get back into the swing of action here. Meanwhile, though, Bryle does manage to clean up little Fenrir on the way out. And they'll even grab the Tombstone, too.
What an odd fight. It looks like J-Storm actually lost 2,000 gold and all that. I mean, the buyback, but they get the Roche on Bryle, or the Aegis on Brown. I think they're okay with that. They lost the buyback, but at least you get PL, the Aegis, and you steal it from Spectre or Necro.
Pause. Everyone just take a moment to breathe here. It's a hell of an intense game right here, and we'll get a replay on that. I'm curious about that.
Another great egg. Like, Milan, he is their team fight, and he is making sure his egg doesn't die now.
They made the jump for Moo right here.
Ulti didn't kill him, which was big.
Yep.
he did end up dying to this dunk. Like, Baboka and Milan are both playing very well for the 4 position. They're doing exactly what they have to now.
Because of that egg, Bryle heads out the other direction.
And gets his heart regen.
I know, if he happened to move up towards the ancient camp, he would have been caught up by the Earthshaker dead. Good positioning by them. Step out to the other side. Forev, unfortunately, he still feels like he's not able to contribute a whole lot in these fights, but he tries.
Like, look at his item. Isn't this where I'm looking in this Forev? He has this exact same items and the exact same gold as last time we saw him. He did have to buy back it, which is one of the big reasons, but man, it is not feeling very good.
Otherwise, you're a Moonlight Shadow and maybe an arrow if you can catch it, you know?
Yep, but you do see at the end of that, they get the Roche, and with Moo coming back, he tanks for him. I guess he's like, yo, I'm gonna die again. I die back to Bryle. Please get the Roche. And he doesn't. Sylar's doing a lot of damage because he went that butterfly build. Like, if they don't aim him as they haven't been, he's gonna run roughshot on you.
Still got, feels like almost a minute before Moo's gonna be back up and into action right here. This is an opportunity for both teams to spread. Vision down. Certainly Aster are doing so.
Okay, Silver Edge is complete on PL. Question is, will he ever? I mean, the thing is, all you have to do is Silver Edge and hit the Spectre. The Spectre's not dumb. The Spectre's not just going to be at the front lines like, yo, hey, what's up, everyone? Oh, I just got Silver Edge. Like, it's nearly impossible for this PL to get off the
Jump the march.
Quick
easy
one.
grab.
Real easy.
Easy grab. Easy scout right there. Aster will segue this into a tier 2 push. But Moonlight Shadow from the J-Storm squad, who's about to be back up. Will they look to take a fight the second he returns? He's towards the front line.
Like J-Storm wanted to, but obviously Aster knew that. You know, they're like, well, it's 4v5. They're like, wait, Kane doesn't really do anything. We got to be careful of Bryle, the Egg, and Moo.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was, yeah. I mean, it's just like his Mirana. I praised it as one of the best Miranas during the TI qualifiers, and it's still very good. But he's had a completely rough game.
Fenrir. It's an arrow. I may have overhyped it a bit, but they are going to think about chasing him. No, they got him.
Was down.
Snoozing at the wheel a bit, but it looks like he might have been saved. Good little pitcher. Drops the tombstone. Has to hand over the gold, but that was scary for a little support.
Like how I'm just looking at PL's quick. If he has the tone, he's like, please let me get the doppelganger cooldown. I need it. You don't need it, March, even though you're level 4 or something. I don't know.
March is like, I guess.
Please. Timber chain on level 25 Timber Saw. That's gonna be nice. But it just feels like this Spectre has played so. I mean, it's Sylar, right? Like, obviously, maybe the most legendary, especially in this game. And has just played perfectly, has never been caught out of position, always holds after someone else goes in.
Popular for 2 big things. Huge core play and falling to Liquid.
Yep, that's what it is. And the core play right now is the big one. You don't want to be the one who falls to Liquid and then J-Storm as well. Yeah, and Sylar knows that.
All right, they're back on the move forward here. We have an Aegis that should be limited on time. J-Storm might know that too.
It's about 2.5 minutes here.
Oh, jump here. They have so many sentries down. May have gotten a glimpse there of the tiny. Bryle tries to make a move forward. The tombstone's committed. And it gets quickly taken out. Not even a Soul Rip's going to be able to save it there. Paramedic Milan hitting with the Sunray from behind. But J-Storm are starting to strut their stuff down the mid lane. Asker need to back off and reposition a bit.
Crazy. You don't see an aggressive PL like this that often. He's like, yo, let's go. Like, it's usually, I want to go farm.
Yeah, ready, bro.
Chill, yeah. You have an Aegis, a heart, and a hood. We don't.
It's a crazy man swinging a bat around. You don't like that.
Oh, they're going to get this. I mean, this shrine's not the biggest deal. Obviously, it makes it a lot easier. You can get some ward, counter wards down easier. They can't rotate to these fights. And now you kill both shrines. It means Roche is just way easier to take for that third one when it comes up.
Dire's bottom shrine has fallen.
Lots of money in the pocket, though, for Sylar. He hasn't queued up yet what he wants to go for.
Dire are scanning.
I don't know, Heart?
I think Heart's pretty good here. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, Scotty wouldn't be bad. I mean, just a little bit survival is going to be decent. Could as well be an Abyssal Blade if they want to go for some lockdown, but who cares? I mean, I would not expect the third item Butterfly in a game like this, but he's pulled it off, so I don't even want to question what he's going.
We have 4 bounties. 40-minute mark going the way of J-Storm this time.
Well, not yet. They're still 2 top. They're just chilling.
Oh, What did I see 4 of? Oh, those were the other room. I bet.
Oh yeah, and some bottles. No, you're good. It looks like they are going to get all 4 since I don't think Aster. They can't really get to that top lane. They're like, all right, well, let's keep you to our shrine we don't have, and we're going to look for it.
They can't even really get out of the base right now. They just have Necro dancing out front.
Isn't that crazy too? Because it's been a 2 to 4K lead for Aster, and usually when you're in the lead, you're not hiding in the base.
They're playing super cautious. Feels like at least Aster have been definitely
a little bit more passive for sure.
More passive.
He'll now just queues up the Manta, the Spectre still doesn't want to show us what's up. I think maybe going to the secret shop will. There it is, the cell. Yep, full heart. So will be.
Nice and Tonke.
This is going to be a... Unless Braille does get a silver hit on the Spectre, it's going to be tough, and I don't see the silver edge hit coming. Like, Sylar's positioning has been far too good for that.
Moo does finish that BKB. He's got 10 seconds of BKB to work with in the next fight as well.
6 Bloodstone charges. Feels pretty bad about that. But at least you have the Shivas already, so you have a little bit more mana. Oh, metal.
Ooh. They do get the fissure. Arrow. Find its target. They're trying to follow up and go for the complete finish, but now he decides to pop the BKB, looks to turn around, instant burst fire, is going to get the finish onto Fenrir. Drop the tomb, they clean it up. Double K, going to be committed. Dunk catch there from the side.
It's fun for Rev.
Rev is going to be able to Moonlight Shadow and walk out the other direction. Aster fire off a couple of cylinders and don't get any kills, and now kind of question what their commitments are going to be. And
they got to get out.
Frantically make their escape. That's confidence now for J-Storm. They just weathered that storm. How they're going to take the fight on 4. Hard dive for Moo. They're looking to punish the Necro. Not going to look to make him back. Nice force save from Baboka, but is it going to be good enough? They're not going to let him get back. They're going to chase them both down and try to finish him off. Necro desperate to make it inside, but can't. 90 seconds, no buyback.
Oh my man. I prayed get another in Baboka.
No buyback on Tiny either.
This could very well be this could be game. If they know, do they know this? If they've written down the times, they don't know Necro doesn't have bought back. He hasn't bought back. He just doesn't have the gold. We know he does, but they don't know that. If they want, they could just end it. Yeah.
I think they got the racks for sure.
Yeah. I think they've got 1 or 2 racks, if not the game. They could definitely pressure the... I don't think they want to because they don't know Necro doesn't have buyback. So.
No dunk either. Okay, he got the money for the buyback. Tiny's back in. Thank goodness for them. That might be enough for J-Storm to back off. Okay.
A little surprised they go all the way back, but they know. They just won that fight. They know there's no haunt up. They can go get all the runes again at the 45-minute mark, push all the lanes, and that's the biggest thing. Keep the lanes pushed in, keep them in their base. And Roche may respawn in 15. That's going to be the big one. If it's a quick one, J-Storm might end this game and just right after Roche.
I was incorrect on that. It wasn't the money, it was the timing, it looks like.
For that one. Yeah, the money's an echo. Yeah.
He's got plenty of money.
There we go. Piranha got the BKB, and I know we're kind of insulting a little. I mean, it is slow, but now that you have that BKB, you just leap in, you just go kill one of the supports. Like, Brev, you're on killing or shaker duty or something, and you can because you have a 10-second BKB.
All right, here we go. Moonlight Shadow.
No march there.
They're going to see the crossing of Sylar, but they don't want to go. Too high a risk. Could have been a high reward, but things were to go sour, then Aster pretty much are just right back square even in this game.
Once again, it feels like Ryle as well as Sylar are both playing so well. They're both positioning well. They're both going on the right targets. And Brawl is so happy with the game because he gets 400 gold every fight just from the tombstones because of the talent now, and he doesn't have to do anything. He just kills it with illusions and then chases on. He's gonna have a full Abyssal Blade. He didn't go for the Manta. PL is gonna be pretty jacked and has the Doppelganger cooldown. You can almost never catch this hero now. Meanwhile, Sylar has the Dispersion talent, so it's a tough kill for sure.
Yeah. But they're still tanked up. They're kind of baiting forward Sylar a bit. The rest of the team just totally congregated together here. The full buddy-buddy system, if you will.
Yeah, but look, you see this gold on the screen. It's crazy. Gold from kills are actually way in favor of Aster, but gold from creep kills way in favor of J-Storm. And hey, sometimes killing creeps is better.
That was an arrow hit. He tried to Manta out, but they actually got the right one. But obviously, too close to the team.
Yep. And this is just the one positioning right here. You're like, yeah, all 5 are right behind each other. Like, do we go on this guy? We got the arrow. No. Chill out. They have a Necro and a Tiny.
This is like even more tense than any other moment in the game. They're like one team fight. It's clearly a base Roche objective time.
Yep, and okay, I am a nerd. The Aghanim's is on Milan. I'm not even sure if he'll take anyone into the egg with him. It's more about the two, I believe it gives you 2 extra hits. And I know it's 4.2k gold, but 2 extra hits on an egg could very well decide a game.
Yeah.
Who would he take in it? Are there any good skills to refresh? No, not really. It's not like they have like another extra tombstone. They just have, I think it's just for those 2 extra hits for Phoenix.
Unless he's...
Someone's really low and he just like, hey, get in here, bud.
I gotta save you.
Hop on in. We have seen multiple times though.
With the blink, that kind of makes it more of a case, it feels like. He might blink egg as like a desperation attempt to save someone who's on the brink of death anyways.
God, it's just so, like, that has to be so stressful for the Phoenix player. Like, what if he does get a core killed that he didn't mean to? It's like, the game is on you at that point. Like, it's a lot of decision making, but Milan's a very smart guy. Very smart.
Hopefully you don't eat those words in this game, Grant.
Oh, God. Spectre's going for a Mjolnir, obviously, versus this PL. And the thing is, a lot of people think, oh, Spectre is the late game hero. Spectre is not really comparable to TB and PL. Like, TB and PL are much better in the Omega late game, which I would say we're going to reach here in about 5 minutes.
What defines Omega late? 60 minutes? 50 minutes?
I would say just 6 slotted on 2 cores.
Okay.
Like, once, like, say, Spectre gets 6 slotted and PL gets 6 slotted, I'll say it's Mega late game. Even if it's 30 minutes in, if 2 people are that farm, we're there.
All right, tension now around the Roche pit as Roche is back up. Aster was able to kind of creep themselves right inside the pit, and they planted a couple of sentries down now.
The big thing about this is Tiny has no buyback. The only one with a timer on his buyback. Almost nobody has buyback right now except PL, Spectre, and Timber.
They read this, Aster did. They put a sentry on the high ground. They put a sentry on the high ground. Bryle's right there. Bryle's right there. They see him. They're thinking about moving in. Oh, he dumped right there onto himself. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get it. Now they're looking to fly on in. Moo goes right within the trees. Exocet forced out the other side. The boat going to get cleaned up, it looks like, for Moo here. Everyone just frantically split up on this one.
It's again the Earthshaker. Just another rough ulti right there. And even though they had such good positioning,
gets Fenrir and gets the extra money. That's Roche for J-Storm if they want, or...
Look, probably Roche.
Yeah.
With how this game has been going, like playing a little bit more scared, you definitely just go for the Roche. And
yeah,
it does feel like Milan's actually pretty much carrying this game because when he eggs, he's not really stunning anyone, but everyone just has to leave. Like, you can't stand in that. It's doing a ton of damage, and you just gotta leave. And it's splitting them all up right now. That is gonna be Roche, and this is Refresher Shard. Not really... I mean, you're gonna have double Phoenix Egg now, actually. That is big. He's definitely taking that.
Causing the chaos in the fights is just so good against the team fight lineup of Aster. I mean, look at the lineups of J-Storm where they have so much great chase. PL's going to hunt someone down. Moo's going to hunt someone down. I mean, even at this point, Ferev's going to be able to move and chase someone down. So when they're all split up and chaos is caused, that is just something that J-Storm are happy to embrace.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think, how does Aster do this? And a lot of the times you talk about the supports, right? They had a Bane and Phoenix in the early game, not the best. Phoenix scales super well on the other side. It's an Earthshaker and an Undying. Undying is one of the least scaling cores in Dota. Support in Dota. And,
yeah.
I mean, he doesn't do anything. He's level 16, 50 minutes in. He doesn't do anything. He actually just doesn't.
Like, you would need to have money and have an ag.
Have a Glimmer, an ag, like even just a Glimmer, but he doesn't have that. And as well, the Earthshaker, it just isn't that far to 4-step and a bling, and that's where it feels. It feels like Milan is just the one support in this game who's changing it.
He'll be back in a second with the Earthshaker. Before they even have an Exocet's going to go down. He should buy back, though, if he wants to keep his hopes alive in this tournament. They do have a dunk defense still available. No buyback coming out just yet.
He's thinking about it.
Thinking about going
for illusions hitting him.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Fortification. That's just good sense on Bryle. He's just zoning him back, seeing who's coming in.
God, it's so scary because they know the Phoenix has another egg because of the Refresher Shard. Like, it's so hard to go in. They're going to try.
Out there. Blue. Have to be the gatekeeper and force it back.
The arrow actually hits Spectre.
She's stuck in her spot right now. Just for a little bit. Brings the follow-up. It's really good. But the scythe does come out. Looking to go for the A. Grabs March inside. As the scythe tried to come out, bails him into it. Necro now on the verge of going down. Has a dieback. 2 minutes out. Nice dunk, though. Does catch him. Is there enough damage? Yeah, there is. With the Tiny coming in, he's just swinging it home right now.
Can this
Bryle, though,
do anything?
Yeah, it's just move.
Big question.
Bryle.
Boca should go down here.
Fighting within it right now. Pushing on forward. Is going to be able to get the swift takedown of Boca. Now looking to go for the Tiny next. Boca does buy back. Bryle says this might be enough for me. Doppelgangers to the low ground, looking to make his escape, but Boca is on the chase. Not when Moo steps in, though.
Yep. And Bryle's like, I'll go back in. My heart's here. Like, my heart just regen me to full HP in 5 seconds.
Yes, it did. Arrow. Gonna find anyone. Trying to go for their first Rax finish here. Aster just everything they can to try to stay alive.
Yep. They're going. Sylar has to just stand there with the Radiance, obviously slows all this damage down on the buildings even.
Daggers down the illusions and tries to burn them apart. And you got to give credit to Aster. They pull out everything they can to hold the line, and they do. They lose a tier 3, but very minimal damage done on the Rax.
Yep.
The line is held.
And that was a big hold, because that was a double egg. Like,
yep.
They won the fight. They had to use a couple buybacks, but they hold it. No Rax is lost, and a good job. But Boca, he had a pretty nice dunk. It seems like it feels like every game is won or lost by him, or every fight. I mean, like we saw the one by that middle Roche. It was kind of lost because he just whiffed it, and then this one top hits a giant one, gets a double kill, and it kind of sucks if you're him. You're like, oh god, the game's on me. Oh, heart's pumping.
It is
spaghetti.
His best chances are obviously for these high ground defenses too. It seems like when he has to kind of set it up outside the base in these quick sporadic fights, that's where he really has a difficult time. But all right, back to the drawing board. It looks like here JStorm are going to be sitting on a much more significant net worth lead, the biggest one they've had of the game so far at about 11K at this moment.
I'm looking, the one struggle still, Ferev has the same items he's had. Like, this is actually, I hate to harp on it, but you're a Mirana. You gotta have items. This is the same items you've had since 37 minutes in, I believe.
Imagine if he did have another big damage item.
Just a Mjolnir or an MKB, like, all of a sudden the Spectre's not as scary either. Like, it's not just on Bryle.
They're making do with it, and, you know, credit to Ferev, lots of setup potential with the Moonlight Shadow.
Oh, the Spectre is 6 slotted. If you get a 2 or 3 man dunk with Boca, the ulti from Sylar comes in, they are going to wipe up these fights so quick because this Mjolnir. And look at middle.
They're trying to go for a quick snipe on the move with the snipe, but the save of the egg! The save of the egg, but they are going to be able to crack it and bring it down, so both of them will get dropped, but Bryle trying to make the most of it. They simply can't. It's Aster's time now. They get a beautiful jump and a beautiful set, and Bryle's frantic to try to be able to make it away. Up to the high ground he goes, but the chase is on, and Aster get what they want.
Yep, and I mean, Moo was gonna die anyway, so the egg didn't really get him killed, but the problem was he had to blink egg so quick he couldn't get the fire spirits off, which honestly might have been enough to save, because it's... how many hit counts is that on the egg? It is 13 hits. You get fire spirits on like the Spectre as well as the Necro, you might get it, and now Aster. They're looking for Rax. There is buybacks on all the heroes. I don't think Moo wants to, but the other two probably will have to.
Yes, they will, but that's one without an egg. And no grip, and no Moonlight.
The dunk again, right? When Baboka hits a successful dunk, clears out the Timber Saw, it forces... I'm surprised they didn't just let Moo die. Honestly, like, he was already pretty much dead when Milan blinked in, and now they might lose a Rax.
All right, well, one buyback, one tier 3, and already Aster are taking a step back to reposition. Tiny's incredibly low. They will be able to easily swarm onto him and finish him off. He's out for over 2 minutes.
Uh-oh.
The two of them, but, you know, no buyback for Earthshaker. Well, that was a swift end of a push right there.
Yeah, it was. This is when you know, whoa. He's actually going to find Fenrir. Nice job by Moo. Woo. Can he get him, though?
I don't know.
The Tranquil Boots. He needs to right-click him once, please.
One more Timber Chain. Shiva's. Oh, he's going to need Shiva. Chops him.
Yeah. Oh, 200 gold. If I have to. Bryle will take it. And well, that's a little bit on Aster. You got to know they have buybacks, right? You push into their base, they just buyback and jump on you instantly. You got to be a little bit more careful, but I mean, we're 55 minutes into a best-of-1 elimination game. I think nerves are out the window. Everything's pretty much out the window. You're just playing Dota. I don't know. You're just playing Dota.
And JStorm are playing inside the base. They get the first Rax down.
We'll get another.
Shift up towards the top. There's no dunk defense for another minute.
Yep, they know his buyback's on cooldown as well. And oh, look at this. The Sunray damage on Sylar.
They got egg now too.
So much.
This looks like it could easily be 2 Raxes for JStorm now.
Yep, and Milan.
I say that, but
Milan I think honestly when Milan gets 25, you get those 3 supernova hit counts, it actually changes this game even more for them. And Well, now we're seeing the problem with Spectre. What does Spectre do? You have treads. What else do you get? You get a Scotty instead of your treads. Like, there's nowhere else for her to go, and that's the problem.
Oh, the arrow does catch her. All right, Karev waited for his time, and the time is now. Gets the setup, brings her out. Does have a buyback, but that is quite unfortunate there.
There's the ulti. They just want to get out. J-Storm is running.
And can they return back? Oh, the flare! Right there! Bails him out! Nicely done. J-Storm taking it back to him, moving a lot of damage, fighting on forward.
It's over.
Stave, and they get her down and get it done. Both are going to be out without a buyback on this one, and J-Storm may have been able to do it. Can they clean out the rest? Tiny stabbing his way inside. He has nowhere to run and no more mana. Attempted fissure slide dump does come out from Baboka, but it might be just too little too late for him. He'll get cleaned up potentially with the rest.
Wow.
And it looks like this one may belong to J-Storm after all.
Holy moly. March motherfucking Dota. How did he just get that? What a perfect. And this is what we talked about, the late game scaling forward. You don't think of Vayne as one, but being able to, you know, just negate a Reaper's Sight that could just turn this whole game around. Guess what? March will do it, and they're looking to end the game. Not the best building hitters. Brow's like, must hit quicker, please. Win game. This game's stressful.
Aster, we got to send them home. Aster, don't want to let it happen. They're going to just let the game go all the way.
You got to. They kill the Tombstone. Fenrir, I don't even think Brow wants to go. He's like, I don't want to kill another Tombstone. Just let him live. And they get the good game. J-Storm does it with some just clutch plays in the end from, I mean, Fred's still the best farm, but he hits a gigantic arrow. With March makes the play of the game with that Nightmare save. And what a fun game, too, just in general. J-Storm was ahead most of it, but Aster, they had that one big fight in their base. All of a sudden, they're pushing barracks, and then, oh no, we overcommitted too much, and then all of a sudden, J-Storm's in the other team's base, and that was just 5-on-5 Dota from like 20 minutes in. Like, there was no split pushing. It was just mayhem.
That was insane.
I can't say enough about that March save, though. That Nightmare actually just won him the game, I think.
And this had started in a position where Aster had, I would say, a pretty significant laning advantage at the beginning, too.
For Aster, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. And, man, J-Storm just so freaking scrappy. A very impressive showing by them. You know, Aster, unfortunately, we will be bidding adieu from their major run. Yeah. But J-Storm live on and move on now through that lower bracket.
And I mean, we've been saying there's not many upsets, but that was definitely one of the bigger upsets, I would say, at least on paper. J-Storm beating Aster, so props to them.
Absolutely. Let's throw things back over to Red Eye and the panel to get their thoughts on that best of one.